Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. This channel is a sacred cache of wisdom created to help direct the deepest parts of your being towards healing, growth, and alignment with your highest self. If you have stopped by and you're watching, you have given me consent, you've given me the ability to connect with your energy. So thank you. Enjoy. Good evening. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Um, I hope you all are well today. And I want to start by saying to all of the wonderful mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. I hope this day provides a lots of relaxation, relief, and appreciation being poured and lavished on you, the love that you so very well deserve. If you stepped in a position or a role as a mother, you too, right? And so we're going to take a look at the energy coming out for each sign right now, and then for the general collective. We'll start with the collective and then go into each sign. But I do want to invite you to let you know if you are watching this video right now, you are giving me permission by being here watching this video. Um, you know, to actually connect with your energy if you are here. And so, if you are present and you are enjoying the video or would like to, I would ask that you be consider, if I should say, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. If you feel led to do so, hit the bell so you'll be notified, okay? It is such a pleasure to be here tonight to read for you all. I'll be using one tarot deck and two oracle decks. And so to bring out the energy for the collective to start, let's take a look and then we'll go into each sign. All right, Blood Moon Oracle here. Let's dive in. Thank you, Spirit. We are asking for all the energy, the information available for the collective, for each individual sign that will be useful and helpful during this time. This is the collective read. Okay, and so it looks like generally the energy for the collective is very loving. And that love may be very well pointed towards self right now. There may be this very collective energy to do self care, to be in an energy of really appreciating and taking care of ourselves right now. I feel like there's a lot of information that be coming in right now that may attempt to pull us away from that. There could be downloads. There could be just new information being offered of some kind, new ideas pouring in. That may kind of threaten to pull us away from this very loving, self soothing energy that's happening right now. It feels like there's a lot that wants to be clarified in the energy. There's the questions pouring out, or a question that's plaguing the mind right now as a collective, trying to find out specifics or trying to find out answers or solutions or possibly even strategies that might lead um, to a desired outcome, to success. It feels like a preoccupation with thinking about solutions, answers. Um, the mind seems very busy at this time. I do sense stepping into a bit of empowerment here as we're moving forward with the chariot. As we move forward, there's going to be this collective empowerment that happens, that kind of, and it almost feels like a surge of energy rising up, a surge of energy rising up. And that energy may entail information, right? It may be um, realization of one's potential or power or ability to rise up to actually reach that level of success. That's very much on the minds right now. There's some realization that's coming here as we move forward in the future. And it's not going to be surprising, I don't feel like, because the Nine of Cups sits in the past. So there's already the understanding that there's an overflow of what's necessary, right? The Nine of Cups talks about having already established some level of foundation, some level of provision, where you're really just in a moment where we're able to sit back and appreciate what's at our disposal. And so I don't feel like it may in fact be moving into a moment of the green light. That's what it feels like it could be too. hmm Lots of support coming in right now for the collective, energy around guidance, coaching, leading, maybe even teaching. So there's a lot that has happened, that is happening around being informed and instructing or guiding. There's just a lot of support right now in the collective that's going to offer any assistance needed or has offered and brought us to this place as we are being taken forward as well. This really is a moment of moving forward and expanding as a collective. I really do believe that. Um, Somehow, though, it starts with the energy of taking care of self and being aware of self, but not being outwardly driven by the energy of um, just overconsumption of downloads and information and just pulling in and absorbing all of this information without actually integrating it is what it feels like. But there's a need to allow, this might be a moment of even allowing what we've received thus far, making sure that it all has been integrated, right? That's what it feels like too. And this is really a moment of being able to invest and even see what it is that we've invested in and how it's growing, right? As a collective, there's something that's going to be very visible about growth here when we come forward out of this moment with the Seven of Pentacles here. Let's see. I'm just going to pull one card from each of my Oracle decks. I'm pulling from my Oracle Numbers deck and then also my Oracle Abundance deck here. Okay. So we have individuality, two cards came out, so I'm going to take them. And we also have completion, number 11 and number 9. So number 11 actually is a number that encourages us to keep moving forward. It says that you are right where you need to be. You're on the right path. Things are just as they need to be. Now keep moving forward. Number 11 is a number that describes individuality. And I almost feels like this is everyone taking a look at the role that they play as a collective and, really embarking and taking the lead whatever role that each person has, right? We all have our own part to play. The other number is the 9, which is completion. There's something that's actually being completed here, and it's coming very close to that success, right? We're coming upon a success of something, seeing the completion of something in this moment. And it's something that we're experiencing as a collective. And then the abundance card that comes out is guidance. And it says that when you make divine intelligence your foundation, you finally have a fixed star to follow. When you make divine intelligence your foundation, you finally have a fixed star to follow. It's a picture of a boat sailing at night with clouds around, but there's a star right on top. It's almost as if being set sail. There's also a butterfly here, and being guided, right? We did have the Hierophant that came out here. There's a level of guidance that's being given or that has been given. And I feel like Spirit is really saying to understand that it is pretty much letting you know, follow the star, follow the guidance that's being given. Okay. That's what's leading. Divine intelligence is coming through that guidance that's been given. It actually is the foundation of what it is that we are creating, what we have created, what we're doing. And that is what is currently leading us through to success. Okay. So that's for the collective. And then we're going to go into each individual sign here. And I think we'll start with the birthday sign, which is Taurus. All right, Taurus, welcome. You are up first. Happy birthday. You have a birthday reading that's coming for us, so look out for that. All right, Taurus. And so I did pull your cards out here. And so to start, we have the 10 of Cups here for you as the overall energy right now, which says you are actually experiencing in this moment very beautiful moments of connection, whether it's with family, whether it's with your community, whoever's surrounding you right now, whatever you're engaging and connecting with right now, it feels good. The connection is good with the 10 of Cups. You're getting a lot of fulfillment out of that right now. I do feel like there's some change that's happening, though, that may come in and kind of interrupt what it is currently. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bad change. This may, in fact, be bringing in more of what you want. I have the Death card influencing a support here. And so there's some change that's coming in with how you will have an opportunity to connect and relate to those that represent that energy of your family, community, your tribe. For some, it could change in some type of way. I do feel like it could possibly present obstacles, but not necessarily. That doesn't have to be so. The death could bring in possible positive changes as well. And so there's something that you are disappointed about right now with the 3 of Swords. And then I also have the 10 of Swords on the bottom. It almost feels like right now there's something that could be worrying you, concerning you. There's something that could have your attention right now, keeping you in a energy of heartbreak or disappointment that has your attention right now, that energy, whatever that is. And it feels like there's going to be some choices that you'll have to make here in the near future. And these choices will be choices that you'll need to be really grounded around. This calls for the need to choose wisely, to use wisdom, to actually implement a deeper level of deciding too. I feel like there's something coming up here that's going to cause you to have to um, make a choice of some kind. There's something about choosing choices, options, possibly that you need to be aware of or on guard, because the choice is, it's going to be a choice that really matters when it comes to what happens in the long run. I almost feel like Spirit is saying choose according to what you expect to happen in the future, right? Your choices should align with your expectations. Um, I do want to find out what the heartbreak is. So, why is the Three of Swords on Taurus's mind right now? I have the Seven of Wands and the Devil coming out to clarify the Three of Swords. It could be something that has been taken from you. And that something could have to do with your own personal power or your freedom, your ability to choose. There's something that's been stolen from you or taken unfairly, possibly. Um, and has put it seems like it's placed you in a difficult spot as well. And so take that if that resonates. Okay, I do see that coming out. I see a King of Wands in the past here. Um, and so this could represent Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. There's someone in the past here. What is this King of Wands here in the past for Taurus? This feels like a good energy, possibly someone who has helped you to invest your time, your energy, to be aware of the resources that you have and utilize them to your advantage, finding new ways to do that. This could be someone who gave you ideas on how to hustle, you know. And when I say hustle, I don't mean that in like a street lingo or thuggish way. I mean someone that taught you something about, you know, how to run business or how to make money, how to invest your money. This seems like someone who had some type of knowledge that may have shared some of that with you in the past. Or you could be that person, right? You could have stood in that energy in the past for someone else. And that's showing up in the past, which says that this was something that was very beneficial in the past, what you received by standing in this energy or by being associated with this energy. There was something that you learned. Yeah. And I don't feel like you stand completely in the energy of being helpless, even though right now feels difficult. It feels like you're having a difficult time swallowing what's happening right now. There is an energy that comes in support for you, and it's the Seven of Swords, which says that this is giving you a better opportunity, a better level of strategizing to possibly avoid loss moving forward. It's almost like needing to look at the whole board instead of just one piece that's on the board. There's a need to look at how everything is arranged on the board, right? To see how everything is interconnected and how one move might affect another piece that's on the board. There's a need to look at things from um, a zoomed out perspective so that you can analyze your moves better. Because there's something about needing to do that before moving forward. Because I feel like the energy, there's something about your energy with the magician coming in reverse where you feel blocked for some reason. You feel like you're not able to move or do what it is that you need to do at the moment. So why is the magician in reverse here for Taurus's energy right now? This may have something to do with your social group or your close-knit group. Why does Taurus feel blocked? A King of Swords. This could have something to do with needing to do things a certain way, having a very assertive, maybe even, I'm hearing a little controlling. I don't know. Is it that you may just want things to be done in a certain way, or someone in your group wants things done a certain way? And it's almost like showing up as a block for you to be able to move forward with what you need to do. It could be someone very close to you that's showing up in this energy, wanting to run things. I do see that you do get to complete whatever this is that you are wanting to experience, wanting to pursue. You get to complete that because the world comes out here. And that may, in fact, be at it may come at a price, right? It may come at having to end, certain things or even certain connections, right? This level up that comes with the world says that you will complete it and move to the next level. There will be doors closing. There will be certain parts of your journey that will come to a close as you move to the next level. It's almost like you're being invited up. Everybody may not be able to accompany you as you move to the next level. Maybe it's not meant, but there's something very significant with the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Swords, talking about learning lessons, choosing wisely, observing wisely, strategizing. So there's some wisdom that you get to carry forward that you will be implementing as you move forward around lessons, possibly. There's some valuable lesson that you've learned here. And it may be a hard lesson with the Ten of Swords being on the bottom and the Three of Swords being what's really occupying your mind right now. There's some lesson here that comes out that may have, it may have been a hard lesson that you're learning here, but you'll end it successfully and you'll complete this lesson and move forward. As long as you don't quit with effort that comes out, right? As long as you don't stop. Yes, things are difficult right now, that may be so, but Spirit wants you to keep going. Keep putting in effort. Keep putting in time. Kind of like as if you already have completed this or you've already won, right? So let's get one more oracle card for you, Taurus, to end your reading. What else do we have for Taurus? Current energies. Interesting. This is very similar to the collective reading. that I just read. And so if you haven't, go ahead and go back to the collective read for everyone, because in that read, there's a lot about divine source and individuality as well at the end for the oracle session. And I got these two cards for you, though it came out in a different oracle deck, same energy, about divine source. And Spirit is asking you to be open and um, allow Spirit to know what it is that you need. And in allowing Spirit to know what you need, um, it'll be given, right? Spirit is saying if you need something, ask. Ask of it from your divine source. And then when you ask, trust that that need will be met, right? Just like effort. Spirit wants you to continue moving. Don't stop just because you hit a challenge, but continue moving. And as you continue moving, move as if you know what you're doing will be successful. And if you need anything, ask and believe, and it will be given to you. Not only that, there's something about strategizing too. We did have the Seven of Swords that came out here. Spirit is saying, have a plan. Don't just move by, in this case, sometimes it's good to just allow yourself to flow. But in this case, Spirit wants you, Taurus, to move through the strategy of a plan. And if you do that, then you'll be given the steps of each part of that plan. And stay connected in this intention towards this plan, right? Stay connected to source. Now, with individuality, it's understanding that you don't really have to align with anyone else's plans. There was something here about not feeling like you can move forward because of the Three of Cups and the King of Swords. It almost feels like a personal, close-knit group that could be causing some distraction or blocks, right? But there's something here about individuality, understanding that you operate within your own personalized plan that may or may not, it may or may not coincide with someone else's. It may be similar, but you have your own individualized plan that actually is attached to some of the lessons that you're learning right now. This is specifically for you, not for your group. This is for you. And so understand that though you are with like minds, right? Though you have a support group, you all have your own paths. Keep that in mind, Spirit is saying, okay? Because there may be specific things that are very important for you, just like it may be very important for them. And so everything is not going to align 100%. It's not supposed to when it comes to your path, okay? And so there's something here about understanding that you do reach the finish of this or the success of this, and move to the next level, even though you're feeling blocked at the moment, like you're not moving forward or you can't move forward. That's not necessarily true. This might be a time to get strategic with moving forward and voice your concerns or your needs. If something's confusing, ask for clarity. If some element of your plan is missing, ask for provision. And when you ask, expect to receive it as you're moving forward, okay? I almost feel like this very cohesive energy. It's almost like trusting, moving, asking, planning, like it's this very cohesive movement that I'm seeing for you, Taurus, right now. And so it's almost as if Spirit is saying, as challenge rises, just get more determined, right? So that's for you, Taurus. Thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next time, okay? Like, share, comment, Taurus, if you would be so kind. And subscribe if you have not to Blood Moon Oracle. We would love to have you as a part of the community here. There's so many things that we like to do, like discussions. We have some very um, high level discussions that happen around spirituality, very beautiful energy that we have these discussions with. And so I feel like you would enjoy it. There's some very open minded discussions that I have around just issues as well. And so, if you feel led and you have not, subscribe, hit the bell if you do. Okay. We'll see you next time. Bye, Taurus. Capricorn, welcome. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle, where we're taking a look at the energies today. You're up next, okay? Welcome, Capricorn, to Blood Moon Oracle. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you have not, and you feel led to do so. If you find yourself subscribing, feel free to hit the bell so you'll be notified in case we go live in the future or post new content, okay? Um, Capricorn, let's get into this energy for you. This is current energy, taking a look at what's happening for you. We'll be using tarot and 2 oracle decks for you, Capricorn. Thank you for stopping by, Cap. There's a song that I got here as I was starting to feel into your energy. What you gonna do for me? What you gonna do for me? So I don't know if you have someone that's asking something of you and you're asking them in return, like, what do I get out of this? What are you going to offer me in return, right? You may be wanting some reciprocal action here. So look up that song. There may be words in that song that are relevant for your situation. I believe that's Shaka Khan, okay, for Capricorn. Someone may be excited about something. I feel like almost like an energy of butterflies in the center of my belly. Someone's excited about something. That could be you. It could be someone connected to you. This is an exciting moment for someone. Let's see what's coming out for you, Capricorn. For some of you, it's travels coming towards you that you don't see. This opportunity for travel. Some of you are trying to tap into your subconscious or your intuition. For some reason, there's something that may feel a little blocked right now, but I feel like there's possibly some travel. Some of you may be traveling right now. You may be in the middle of traveling or moving. There's some move that you're excited about. I'm excited for you. I'm seeing that with the 8 of Wands, right? The 8 of Wands came out for you. It represents movement, fast movement. I feel like whatever this is happening faster than you realize. But there's something that hasn't quite been worked out, something you're not seeing here with the moon coming in reverse. Part of this, I feel like, is going to be a process that you'll have to step out trustingly, right? Trustingly. I also feel like right now there's something that you are concerned about here. You're thinking, and you come out in your own energy. We have the devil here, which is Cancer energy. You're thinking about something about yourself, some concern around yourself or your safety. It could be around your boundaries, right? There's something about limits here that's being, it's an issue. It's coming up. It's being pressed. There's some concern around that, okay? Um, Let me see what this is. Why is the concern for Capricorn here? What is the concern for Capricorn? It's almost like you don't want to allow yourself to be excited about this. Um, or is it that, because I'm going back to the song that came out with Shaka Khan, are you concerned that someone's going to want something from you? That you're going to have to do something for someone else? There's some conflict that may arise here. Because the moon being in reverse also talks about not being open to allow your true emotions to show or to flow. There's like some block here that's not really allowing you to experience this moment and the truth of what it is. It's something good, but then there's something that is blocking being able to enjoy that. It's almost like someone who is not believing that what is happening is really good. It's good, too good to be true. It's like, what's the trick here? What do you want? You know, it's almost like being a little bit suspicious and weary of conflict, or there may be some internal conflict happening here. But I do see there's something about work in the future with the Eight of Pentacles, um, where you will be able to move ahead. This may even present some kind of promotion, bringing in more money, possibly, or the type of money that you want to bring in. For some of you, this may represent like a $2 raise. I'm going to get specific, okay? This may be like a $2 raise that you're going to receive here in the future around work. There's something about having some level of stability that you've created here in the past. Give me 1 second. Now, as I look at the past, we have the Four of Wands, clarified by the Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. So there's been something very successful when it comes to you having a very harmonious connection that created a foundation. Like, it almost feels like a very supportive community that was reciprocal in the past and helped you to, you know, be very grounded and feel safe. That's coming up here. And so there's something about referring back to the past, about having chosen, you know, things that were beneficial for you in the past. That may be spirit just trying to resolve your issues around these fears that are arising here. Currently, you are in the Knight of Cups energy. And so I feel like you're being offered something that you feel like you're going to enjoy. And you are going to allow yourself to experience this because it ends in the Knight of Swords, which says we're moving forward, we're going to get clear on what we need to do, and we're going to go for it. But this Knight of Cups, clarified by the Ace of Pentacles, I do feel like it is an opportunity. It could be job related here that you're being offered. Yeah. And it sounds good. It is an opportunity for you to move ahead. Okay. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to pull a couple of oracle cards before we end out for you, Cancer. So I do feel like Spirit is just letting you know, according to the past, how things have always just like really worked out. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. We have parenting coming out here. Something to do with parenting. Huh. So this could be about reaching out or staying connected to sources that provide support or guidance. Yeah. Staying connected with energies and sources that provide that parental type of guidance. For some of you, this could be reaching out to a parent for any type of assistance or guidance or support during this time. Anything else for Capricorn? Anything else for Capricorn during this time? Divine Source. Third time this has come out. Wow. And so this is being open and asking for the help that you need, Capricorn. Whatever you have, ask your source, whether it's, you know, God, the universe, whatever you see as your source. Divine Source says to be open to ask when you need something. Voice that need. And when you do, understand that your need will be met. Voice the need with that in mind, that what you're asking for will be met. And so, along with that, take up a bit of empowerment to even whatever it is that you can do that to your fullest extent. And then when you reach your limit, ask for the help that you need. Okay. I feel like there's something about this that there's a portion of this that you can assist and navigate yourself. And if you come into points where you feel limited or blocked, reach out for the support you need. Ask for the assistance that you need. And understand that your needs will be met. Okay. Yeah. I feel like there's an experience coming in that is actually going to end better than you actually plan. That's what I feel. There's something a little bit intimidating here with this moon in reverse, which says that you can't really see the end result of this or what almost like what you're getting yourself into. But Spirit is saying, don't let that stop you. Just look at the past experiences that you've navigated. It's always turned out very supportive and enjoyable. And so, yeah, trust yourself here. This may be a time to really be attuned to your intuition. It did come in reverse, so there may be some of you that are like, but I don't feel it. Like, I don't hear anything. I don't feel anything. Well, trust your gut. What does your gut say? Because if your gut is saying don't do it, you'll definitely know, right? And so this is a time to really listen to yourself and tune into what your inner core is telling you, what it's communicating during this change that's happening. It's happening really quickly with the Eight of Wands. And so get ready. Okay. And then we have two knights coming out here. This is fast movement. We're ready to go. Okay. So we don't really have a lot of time for doubt or hesitation. It's like the train is already moving. Okay. And so I also feel on the bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. You have a lot of support, divine support. You may even have a lot of support, with people that you know and have built a rapport with. Yeah. There's an ending coming to one segment or one way of lifestyle or living, right? There's something changing. So let's get, or that was it. Yeah, that was all. Thank you, Capricorn. That's for you. It's always a pleasure to read for you. Blood Moon Oracle here. And I just ask that you show appreciation by simply liking. You can share it. You can even subscribe if you choose to, okay? That's the kind of energy I'm sending you in. You are moving forward, okay? And don't say the small stuff. Just trust yourself, okay? Yeah, trust yourself. All right, that's the recap. Until next time, take care. Bye. Hello, Virgo. Welcome to the Bedroom Oracle. We're taking a look at the energy right now. So if you would be so kind, Virgo, to like, share, comment. If you have not done so, consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, go ahead and hit the bell so you'll be notified if you go live in the future. Let's go ahead and put this tag up, Virgo. There we go. There we go. So let's get started. Let's take a look and see the energy coming out for Virgo, right? Now, what's happening for Virgo? Energy. Interesting. Okay, Virgo. Interesting. So we have the Page of Wands coming out here. Page of Wands. So it's in reverse. It's in reverse. So naturally the Page of Wands is very creative energy. It's almost like having a blank space where you're able to move in and just create whatever it is that you want. It's in reverse, and so that could show up as a creative, I want to say a creative block. This could also be, let me just see 1 second.
but it came in reverse. Yeah, the 2 areas block of some kind. Or maybe if it's not a block, it could be like a loss of interest in something. The Page of Wands is usually very kind-hearted, open, and receiving. If in reverse, it can actually be aggressive, or even like, a little bit of hostile energy. So I don't know. Any of those feel like the energy that we're experiencing right now, generally. You may just be at a moment where you're like, right, waiting for something very creative, and you're like, and the Hierophant comes out next to it, which says that this could have something to do with your values getting in the way of what it is that you want to do, or it could be someone standing in the way, or this is what is causing that hostile feeling or that block. Now, on the bottom, I have the Eight of Wands. It feels like it should be like movement forward right now, but for some reason, it feels like there may not be. The Queen of Wands comes out, which says that there could be, for some of you, you're thinking about an Aries. There's an Aries that could be on your mind very heavily. That may not be for everybody. This could also be something about your presentation that you are very concerned about. Something about the presentation. Because the Queen of Wands is very, she's like highly attractive. And it's not just outwardly, but that is a part of it. There's something that's very attractive about how she presents herself. But there's something here about that, being very concerned right now. It's like you're concerned about something. If it's not a person, it's about something personal. Okay? You'll be offered something in the future. For some of you, that could be being offered a new job or some type of new position, some type of opportunity to collaborate here in the future. This could also be a solution to some type of issue that you're experiencing. A solution to an issue that you're experiencing. And I don't know if some of you might be like just dealing with some things right now. Whatever that is, that's coming in many different ways. I feel like there's some type of solution or resolution that's going to be offered to you. Okay? I do feel it's being really personal, and so I'm not going to detail and name things, but there's going to be some solution. I'm going to say that again. That's going to be offered to you for the issue that you are experiencing here in the future. For some of you in the past, there was it feels like a very divine connection that was very significant. And what does this have to do with the medium? What is the Two of Cups here? This is partnership, connection. This could be like soulmate energy. What does the Two of Cups have to do with the medium? Another offer coming in with the Nine of Cups. This is probably possibly the help, right? This is from someone that you are very much connected to, or you have connected to. I have the Knight of Cups and the Lovers here. There's something about this individual being very significant, as we move forward. This is someone that you connected to in the past, that's very much attached to in the future, okay? And it does have soulmate energy, so this could be a significant other that's offering some help here, or who has built a rapport with you and is able to step in here in the future and be of assistance. I have the Four of Cups coming in as a support, and it feels like right now, Virgo, this is possibly a time to place yourself at the center of your attention right now. I feel like right now you're in a time where there's something that calls all of your energy to be placed on you right now. And so you may need to really become uninterested in anything that does not represent, this resolution that you are really pulling in right now, or that is not really pertaining to something beneficial for you. This might be a time to be really selfish and, self-determined, self-involved, to be really, in a heavy energy of self-care. This is going to be supported right now. It's time to take care of you. When you've taken care of everybody, when other people have needed things, you've been there, you've sacrificed. Now it's your time to give yourself that energy. Okay? And I feel like when you do that for yourself, others will see the need and they'll begin to pour back into you as well. It's something that you are possibly grieving right now. A loss of something. I don't know if you're in some type of transition from a job that you love, or some connection that you had, that you've had to recently walk away from. But I feel like there's some grieving or some, trying to separate yourself to do what it is that you feel like you need to do. This can even show up as like unhealthy connection. Sometimes you have people that really want to be more than you're able to give, and it becomes, it runs a thin line of crossing boundaries, right? And so you find yourself having to set firmer boundaries, and maybe even, separate yourself from people. It could be something simple like that as well. But there's something here that you're having to do. It doesn't really, it's like, well, if I had another choice, maybe, but there's the need to let something go. And I feel like it's choosing yourself right now, okay? Choosing yourself right now is most important, even though it feels yucky. It feels yucky. The final cut, it feels yucky. But it has to be done because you need your own attention right now. Okay? The Eight of Pentacles comes out in the outcome, which says that this is going to be successful. It's going to be successful, whatever that is. Again, going back to that resolution coming in, you're all on board. And whatever it is that you feel like you need to do to handle this, the Eight of Pentacles says that you are going to do it. And you're not going to ask questions, right? Even if that means choosing yourself, this is going to get done. And you'll end up with the desired result because you put in the work. Okay. So I'm just going to pull a couple of oracle cards. But before I read the oracle cards, I want to dive a little bit deeper. Just to take a look and see. Because I feel like someone could be, and this could be considering a non-traditional approach to something. A non-traditional approach to something that may have you kind of in the field and kind of, weighing your options against your values, right? It could be something like that as well. So let me take a look. What else is going on? Okay. And before we read the oracle cards here, I just want to find out what is the solution coming towards Virgo in the future here. So we got the Tower. Spirit doesn't want you to know. It's going to be a surprise. What is the solution? Let's see what else comes out. Queen of Cups. But whatever it is, it's going to come after. It's going to come after you put yourself first. Okay? After you putting yourself first. Spirit is not telling you exactly what it is. It's definitely going to be something that is surprising and that's going to change the current result. The current situation is going to be changed like that. As soon as you put yourself first, as soon as you get that down, that you can be very powerful and be relaxed and be, in a moment of self-care. That's when you are most powerful, right? When you're not giving everything that you got and just pouring out endlessly from yourself. But there's a sense of valuing self, right? That's for someone. So whatever this is with the Tower and the Queen of Wands, it's going to come suddenly. You won't see it coming because you'll be so busy taking care of yourself and loving yourself and working on what it is that you know needs your attention. Okay? And so change comes out. And just like we're talking about that, there's something that I feel like whatever this is opening up a new way, right? This is the introduction to a new way of being that needs to happen, right? Sometimes we experience short-term difficulties that need to introduce us to new ways of being. It's like, well, had that never happened, then I never have, considered this. And this changed my life around, right? And so there's some change that's taking place here. I really do feel like it's a good change too. And then we have allowing. Allowing. Allowing talks about having what we call radical acceptance. It's being open to receive things as they are in this moment. No questions, no complaints, right? No preconceived notions about what it should be. Just saying, this is what it is. Okay. And what are we doing? Where are we going next? What am I learning here? Yes, saying yes to this moment, whatever is showing up right now in any given moment in this reality. So that you can be open to something. Because something is coming next. Okay? And it's beneficial for you. Okay? It's beneficial for you. And so that's what I have. There's some change that's coming in. And it has something to do with a resolution for some issue that you're dealing with right now. Chemicals, lots of chemicals out here, lots of cups. It feels like well-being. You know, it could be financial, it could be health-wise, it could be something in those areas, right? It could be something, that you're considering. And this consideration could, have you weigh the balances between, the balance.
Systems and whether or not this would align. Right, I get that kind of energy here for some of you, but there's some resolution that's coming in because the energy that's showing up again was the Page of Wands. It's not really being able to move in the way that you need to as you move forward, having a loss. Like, where do we go from here? But there's solutions coming in here. There's some solutions. And one of the cards that's been coming out often is Divine Source. Even though it didn't come out, I'm going to say that to you too. Whatever you hold as your divine source, okay? This is a time to make your requests known. And as you are calling out for the thing that you need help for, believe that the help has already been given. When you ask, believe that you're going to get an answer. And then do
everything in your power, Virgo, that you've been able to do in the situation. Okay? And then leave the rest to your divine source. That's what I'm hearing for you. Because some beautiful change coming here, and it involves you putting yourself at the top of your priority list right now. Okay? All right, Virgo, thank you for stopping by. And you got this, okay? I'll see you next time. Make sure you take a moment to support. You can do that by liking, by sharing, by commenting, and by subscribing if you have not. And if you are subscribing for the first time, hit the bell so you'll be notified if we go live. Okay, of course, new content, lots of good stuff on the Oracle, the station.
take a look around. If this is your first time on the page, you might see something that interests you, okay? And there's more to come. So that's for you, Virgo. Until next time, take care. Bye. Hi, Sagittarius. Hi, welcome. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Let's get your banner out here, Saggy. There we go. Hi, Saggy. Welcome today. If you'd be so kind to support the channel by taking a moment to like, to share, to comment, subscribe if you feel led to do so. We're taking a look at the energy coming out for you right now. And so we're working with our tarot deck and then 2 oracle decks. Let's take a look.
Welcome this evening to Blood Oracle. I hope you are well and enjoying your evening. Let's see if the stars really happening. Okay. Right now you are receiving. You have the star and the empress. You're receiving a wish come true. You're receiving an answer to a prayer. Right now you are receiving something that the answers, the guidance, the way it is that you want, you're being given it. You are being positioned to receive it and to pull it in. Okay? Yep. So you have a star coming out that is supported by the empress. Okay? And so this is,
As I stated, like a wish, something you've asked for, you've desired, you've made your request known, and Spirit is guiding it to you or guiding you to it right now. And the supporting energy for you is the energy of the Empress, which is receiving energy. It's being in the energy of creation, allowing things to blossom before you. For some of you, that is being in receiving energy, right? Whatever it is that's coming in that is needing for you to be, aggressive, or to be kind of like the opposite energy, which is the emperor, right? Wanting to conquer, wanting to go out and assume.
function, that's probably not it, because the supporting energy for you is the Empress, which sits back. And it's a very passive energy that is pulling in the manifestation. Okay. This also feels like a moment of rejuvenation and rest, and really, allowing yourself to guide through that energy and to kind of, bath in the energy of rest. And so that's being given to you right now. On your mind, though, I see the Six of Swords. Sagittarius, you are moving away from things that represent, uh, mental chaos.
Uh, Anything like that, I feel like you are purposefully in your mind separating yourself from those kinds of energies. You're putting a fork in it, basically. And so your intention is to move away from anything that does not represent calm waters. And as we know, still waters, they do what? They run deep. They run deep. And so anything other than calm waters would be counteractive towards where it is that you're wanting to be right now. I feel like you want to be very reflective. You want to be able to concentrate on what it is that you're trying to do. Swords is mental energy. So you desire to have a clear frame of thought right now, and anything coming in to disturb that, you're quick to move away from it. Okay. Um, Now, I also see coming here in the future is the Ace of Swords. And so there is something that is approaching in the near future, some new information, some new realization. Um, this may even be some form of enlightenment that Spirit is sending your way to inform you about. There's something that's being given here as we move forward in the future. We're going to just do a little clarification to see what the Ace of Swords is in the near future for Sagittarius. This is something rising up, some truth, some new information here. Let's see what this is for Sagittarius. All right, we have the Four of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. And so whatever this is could represent the fact that you will no longer be working as hard as you have been working. Whatever this is that's coming in here is the Four of Swords and the Two of Pentacles, which is an easier way to do what you've been doing, or an easier way to, if you found yourself doing overworking, doing to bring in what it is that you feel like you need, there's going to be like an easier way to do that may in fact bring in more. Okay, whatever this information is going to give you another method in getting a lot done with the Two of Pentacles. Yeah. For some of you, this could represent a need to not have to even concern yourself with it. It's almost like Spirit is saying it's already done. It's already taken care of. That is going to be shown to you here. as we move here in the future. It'll be shown to you and it'll be made clear how that has happened and why that is true. Okay. You won't even have to respond, whatever that is. The clarity is coming in here in the future to let you know it's already done. Okay. No need to rack your mind to run from A to C to D to F to G all the way to Z and back. There's no need to do that anymore. It's already done. Okay. For some of you, this could have something to do with money. For some of you, this could have something to do with trying to sort out some decision that you felt like you needed to make. Okay. And you've already expanded. This is in the past. So not only did you clarify and, stabilize and complete the Ace of Wands and the Two of Wands, right? The Ace of Wands is the idea. The Two of Wands is making the decision and moving towards it, getting to work. The Three of Wands comes in when you have been working on it for a while and you've gotten it down like the back of your hand. Now you're ready to expand because you have built the foundation and it's solid. This came in the past. So that's already happened. You've already expanded. Okay. And so the next is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is um, creating this level of community success, community projects. There's some collective celebration at hand here because you've already moved to the next level. That's what comes next. Okay. For some of you, you're in like a teaching energy, is what I'm hearing. There's some leadership energy that you're in right now. The Hierophant, many times, is the energy of teaching or guiding in some type of way, or being like a source of guidance, right? It really is like that kind of energy. As you can see, the two birds are coming up to get advice or whatever it is that they need. And so you sit in this very um, illuminated energy, almost like inviting, those to come and receive or inquire or ask. There's something that you have, Sagittarius, that people may be coming to you for right now. Okay. There's some wisdom, some advice that you can offer, maybe even some instruction. Um, yeah, this could have something to do with religion. It doesn't have to. It could have something to do with spirituality. It could be even offering like a change of how you see those things. This is the energy that you're in. And the first word that came up when I saw this was teaching, right? The energy of teaching. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be before a class and in front of a chalkboard. You could very well just be living your life and people could be learning from you. This is the energy that you're in right now. That could be without saying, too. But whatever, you know, the goal here was to receive, right? Spirit is leading you to something I feel like very heavily that you've asked for, you prayed for. That's coming in for you right now. This new information in the future that's going to give you the easier way to move forward. This being able to now open up to this community level of, success and operation is coming in right now. You being able to secure your peace and not be, drugged down back into energies that will not be beneficial for what you're trying to do right now. that's being dealt with. And then we have the Knight of Swords coming in as a support, the Knight of Swords. And so with the Knight of Swords, there is I do feel like there's some clarity again that you are being offered here. And that clarity is going to give you a clear road on how to move forward. This could also be the green light to move forward and the success around that. If there is anything in the way, I feel like it's being moved out of the way so that you have a clear path forward. And in the outcome, we have the world. And so this is a completion. Nothing will stand in your way, Sagittarius, just to let you know that. There's nothing that's going to stand in your way. You will have victory. You will have success. I see 4 major arcana here. So these are major unfoldings that are happening for you, Saggy. And so, yeah, this is a very exciting time. The energy is ripe for success for you, Sagittarius, right now. And so what's coming out right now, we have Mercury energy with communication, and it is a double number 3. And threes are all about, we have the Empress that came out, right? It's all about creation, being able to communicate what it is that needs to be expressed right now. And that could be in any area of life. This is coming through right now as something that Spirit is bringing forward. And threes usually talk about groups, growth, family, creativity, or initial achievement, but it's doubled, which impacts the singular 3 and kicks it up to another level, to a mastery level. There's something about communication. I feel like you're having like some kind of breakthrough in the area of communication right now. And Spirit may, in fact, be wanting you to, yeah, carry that energy forward, the energy of authentic communication. This is a time to allow yourself to be heard, to be honest. And communication does not often have to come
through brute, like brute force, and as a matter of fact, it could be very authentic and it could be very soft, but it could actually carry the weight of truth too. There's something about that coming through that's very important right now, Sagittarius, to allow yourself to communicate. And being that it's a 33, right, there's something about mastering this energy right now. Communication is coming through good, okay? That may in fact be necessary in you reaching your goal here, or getting to where it is that you need to be. You need to be able to communicate, okay? For your other,
we have true offering. And when we look at true offering, we have a bird here that's being released from the hands of the giver. And when we talk about true offering, this is about transmuting, right? There's a release of this black bird that may, in fact, represent something from the shadows that usually, for various reasons, we want to hold on to, because we like feeling, like we can have a grudge, or because we like to feel, this sense of power over others because of what they did that wasn't right. And so we hold on to the unforgiveness so that we can hold it over their head. There's something about being able to
take that, which is very unbearable, and return it with love. And so there's something about doing the very opposite of what would be expected, right? Not returning a slap for a slap, or not returning a kick for a kick, but actually taking that and, transmuting it for something that would be beneficial for you, which is something like love, right? Or transmuting it into like a teachable moment. There's many ways that we can transmute those energies. And so there's something about offering something up instead of utilizing it in a very low level energy capacity.
It's almost like lifting it up and transmuting it to something that's going to be more beneficial, not only for you, but for others that you're connected to. This could actually be something that will be released and it returns in the form of love, right? And so there's something about that. Being able to take a situation and transmute it, I feel like, is what Spirit is saying. And being able to communicate in this time effectively from the heart space, okay? Truth, what it is that you really feel, okay? There's something important about that right now. And again, there is a completion here coming up. There's nothing that can stop that. And that completion represents success. It represents you getting what it is that you've asked for, okay?
Let's see. We're just going to take a look in really quickly. What is the wish fulfillment for Sagittarius? Can you give us a little information on that, please? So many Sagittarius is watching this. What is this request being given to Sagittarius? Seven of Cups and the Four of Swords. Whatever this is, it's going to be something that you'll most likely have to choose. You have a choice here. But this is not just any choice. This is like a high level of choosing. Because there's something that's really significant and
spiritual about this choice. For many of you, you'll be making a choice of a lifetime. Choice of a lifetime that is going to bear weight, possibly for the rest of your life. And so this is not just a small, menial thing. This is something huge that every part of your being needs to be aware of this choice that you're making, this choice that you're being given. And I feel like with the Four of Swords, this is something that it represents a level of rest for you. It symbolizes being able to put something to rest finally and being able to experience the other side. Yeah. This is finally you being able to rest, Sagittarius.
what is this? This could possibly be for somebody that has felt like they have hustled and fought for every small little thing they've ever had. Well, this is no more, right? No more having to struggle and strive to get. You're entering into a period of rest and ease. Yeah. So cut. Oh, and healing. Three of Swords. And healing. Yeah. Finally release it. transmuted into something beautiful.
So that's what I'm getting, Saji. Beautiful moment. I'm excited for you. Okay. All right. Take it as it resonates. Don't try to make it fit. Okay. But if it does, if you would be so kind to take a moment and give back, you can do that by liking, by sharing, by commenting. How does that resonate with you? Share with us, okay? If you have yet to subscribe, please consider doing so. Make sure you hit the bell if you haven't. And I will see you next time, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to read for you. Get ready, Saggy. Things will not be the same after this. All right. Till next time, Saggy, take care. Bye. I think we have Leo next. Hi, Leo. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. And today we are taking a look at your current energy, seeing where you are right now. Leo, if you would be so kind to consider subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. If you do find yourself subscribing for the first time, hit the bell if you feel so inclined to do so, right? That is an easy way to support the channel, Blood Moon Oracle, and it would be so very appreciated.
All right, there's a guy. Look at this. Okay, Leo, let's take a look here and see what the energies are coming through for you right now for Leo. Okay, that came out very quickly. So Leo, you are achieving something right now in this moment, and you're doing so, you're leveling up, you're achieving, you're moving up, you're graduating up to the next level, and you're doing so. For some of you, this could be through learning a very valuable lesson.
For some of you, this could be through application, applying um, some level of knowledge that you have to a strategy. This could be something that you have, very much rehearsed and you're using it to take you to the next level, I'm hearing. There's something about feeling like you've received everything that could possibly be squeezed out of this moment. And I'm seeing somebody squeezing a rag just to every drop of liquid comes out of it, right? And just in it, that's almost like this moment that you're in. You've utilized every possible thing that was available or beneficial for you. And you are desiring
more. Maybe this is a challenge. Maybe this is a new skill. But you're moving up. You're moving up. Right now, you're thinking about investment. You're thinking about, and that could be literal. It doesn't have to be. There's something about investment that you're thinking about right now. How you're investing your time, how you're investing your energy, how you're investing, your money. But there's something about investment that's coming up for Leo right now. For some of you, you could be considering what to do with your 401k. For some of you, maybe it's stocks or bonds. You could be thinking about switching those over to another form or different investment type.
different stock. But there's something about investments that's on your mind. You may even just be peeking in at your investments to see how they're doing. Someone's in that energy. In the near future, I see definitely lots of, with the Ten of Cups, there's lots of enjoyment here for you. With those connected to you. This could be family, it could be community, it could be, soul family, whoever has connections with you in your immediate environment. There's fulfillment around that. Some type of celebration, possibly. It is summertime, right? You could have a reunion of some kind coming up shortly here. Yeah.
For some of you, I'm seeing some type of couples retreat. Couples retreat. Somebody's going on like a couples retreat. On that retreat, you may meet some people that will become part of your family, whether that's, spiritually, whether it's like on a soul level. I'm seeing that too. But this is really, the Ten of Cups is like really being in the energy of just enjoying and appreciating everybody, what everybody contributes, who everybody is, your connection with everybody, such a high level of appreciation for what you have. Okay. There was something in the past with the
Words that maybe a time where you felt like you were carrying a lot and you had just decisions that were difficult. You made difficult decisions that brought you to where you are today. Why is the Two of Swords here in the past for Leo? Why is the Two of Swords here in the past for Leo? That decision you made, I feel like you could have been in a point in time where you decided to come out of a very quiet moment where you were seeking answers.
and possibly answers around this choice that you were forced with. This choice could have had something to do with moving or traveling, some type of spiritual endeavor or retreat, something like that. There's a choice in the past, and you chose to move towards it, to travel towards it. It wasn't an easy choice. I see you going, deep into thought about this. For some of you, this could have been like a move. It could have been a move in how or where you spend your time spiritually. It could be like a church, right?
A mosque. It could have been like where you decide to go out in nature and, spend your time spiritually or something about that, making a choice here. Yeah. And I feel like right now, the things that are very supportive to you are things that money can't buy. Like you could be someone who actually has, a lot. Maybe you don't. But there's something about being in this moment right now. Your support is not in the physical. Your support is spiritual things. If you know, meditate, if you pray, right, that is your
Right now. If you fast, right, that is your support right now. If you do like any type of cleansing, right, your support right now is really coming from the spiritual aspect. It's things that money can't buy. like going and sitting in a quiet place for like an hour and just quieting your mind to connect, with your higher power and get direction or get refilled, so there's something here about detaching from the physical realm to actually access your support, okay? So however that comes across, okay? I'm gonna let you decipher what that means.
I don't feel like you are very when it comes to your time and your energy and your space, you may not be very open right now. Right now, you may be very closed off and just kind of keeping what's important to yourself. I do feel that. Because there's something here that's going to present a challenge here when it's all said and done. Temperance comes out in reverse, okay? So temperance is possibly an energy that is, let me see. Temperance came in reverse. Why? So temperance is usually all about balance.
It's all about stability and groundedness and having this well-rounded, energy. But when temperance is in reverse, it becomes kind of like a reminder not to short sight things that are available or not to drive yourself into imbalance or, settle in energies that are not harmonious. It's in an adversarial day energy. Or not to allow yourself to just over consume. That too. There's something here about moderation and talk about balance. There may be times that come up here in this moment
like it almost drives you to an over emotional space. This is guiding you, to seek balance there and be aware of that because I do see the temperance coming out in reverse. So there may be some difficulties coming in here. Let's find out what that is for Leo. Why is the temperance in reverse for Leo? Why is temperance in reverse for Leo? Why is temperance in reverse for Leo?
so we have a 9 of cups and a death card. And so if something changing, death talks about a change, something changing, a change to how you are enjoying, what it is that you have. I feel like there is a transformation or there's some type of transition is the word. Not necessarily transformation. It could be with the death, but I feel like it's more of a transition that's happening that carries you from this energy of being really attached outwardly to actually moving more inwardly for what it is that you need and what you cling to. Because 10%
Verse is almost like don't be too dependent on things, outside, but be dependent upon what's internally available. Temperance is all about balance. It's all about, having a settled, stable mind, working methodically, consistently. It's all about balance, um, and not overdoing. So it's interesting that the Nine of Cups comes out here. Did I say Nine of Pentacles? I meant the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is all about abundance all around you and recognizing that. But it also came out with the Death, which is some level of transition, some change to how you're seeing abundance. Yeah,
changes. There may be something changing in how you, restore yourself to balance. For some of you, you may have been, and this is what I'm getting, like things like you maybe used to going to bed, like, let me just use myself as an example. A day of restoration for me could be going to get a massage and going to get a pedicure, going to get my lashes done and going to have a nice, delicious meal, maybe going to see a movie. And, it may be changing from some would consider that a little bit overindulgent. I didn't. But, we're just looking at the images coming out here. It may be
from seeing that as self-care, but doing something a little bit more, especially with the Four of Pentacles coming out, doing something a little bit more reserved, like say, taking, a little bit of time to go and sit under a tree with a book, turn off your devices, and just allow yourself to sit, and read, to sit in stillness, to bring balance back. Right. And so instead of being so outwardly, connected with the experience, it's almost like it's connecting with the internal experience instead. That's what I'm getting. Okay. And I'm going to leave it there. All right. So let's see. What are the oracle messages coming out?
Yeah. There you go. Okay. So the first oracle card that came out with my numerology deck is talking about spiritual partnership. Okay, so for some of you, you could be connecting with someone, and receiving some guidance or some support, okay, around your spiritual
Life, spiritual existence, your spiritual experience. And I'm going to take that one. We have courage, which is a very Leo-like energy, right? It is the lion. And so courage is actually giving you permission to be open and be courageous and allow yourself to take the next steps that you're being guided to take, whatever that is. Okay. I am assuming that there is a level of communication coming through for you, especially with the Two of Swords. Right? There's definitely a deliberation happening. Mm.
and temperance as well. And so courage comes to allow you to do what the next step that you're being given. Okay? Be open. And if it's not something that you're receiving, through your connection, it could be being received through the spiritual partnership. Something that you're being shown, or that you're learning, or that's being guided. It's giving yourself permission to follow the guidance. Okay? Leo, thank you for stopping by. That is what I have for you, my darling. It is always a pleasure to read for you. Let me oracle here.
For the energy reading for Leo. And so if you would be so kind to support the channel by liking, sharing, subscribing, or if you subscribe, allow yourself to hit the bell if you feel led so that you can be notified whenever we go live in the future. Okay, Leo? That is for you. And you all take care of yourself, okay? Until next time, that was your reading. Bye. All right, Aries. Hi. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle.
For supporting the channel. And you can do so very easily by liking, sharing, commenting. Or you can also, if you have not yet subscribed, you can do so and hit the bell so you'll be notified. Very easy, simple, cost-free ways to support the channel. And it is so appreciated. Let's get it done early. You'll be my last reading for this evening. I think I have just maxed out. I did 6 straight. We're at 2 hours almost. I think I have utilized all I have available for tonight. And so I'm going to do the other one tomorrow. But you'll be my last one tonight, Aries. Welcome. It's always a pleasure to read for you, my Aries friend. So let's take a look. The energy coming out for you. We're looking at an oracle, 2 oracles,
and 1 tarot. So we have the Knight of Swords coming out, supported by the King of Wands. So there's something that you're being guided. There's some clarity to move forward that you've been given with the Knight of Swords. Some clarity that you're being offered to move forward in. And I feel like it's being supported by the King of Wands. This King of Wands could be someone that stands with you, that may be guiding. The King of Wands is very instructive, exemplary. They could be teaching you something. You could be operating in this energy for others. But the King of Wands is actually Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. And so there's something here in this moment that you're being given clarity around and being asked to carry it forward. And you have support coming in.
through the King of Wands, demonstrating what that looks like. Okay? This could be a person, this could be the energy that you're operating in, the know-how. Okay? But I feel like there's a lot of experience and support around it that they're being guided to move forward on. Right now, there's something, Three of Pentacles, there's like something about work that you're thinking about, the workplace, your work environment, the people that you work with. It's something that you are thinking about right now. There may be something about you being able to, you affording to have certain privileges at work. Specifically, that could be specifically for someone, that could be something that you're thinking about right now, having a certain privilege.
Comes to work. This is something that you may be navigating right now or wanting to set up so that you'll have access for this. In the near future, you're going to have an opportunity with the Queen of Cups, with the Queen of Cups to connect with people on a deep level. I feel like people are going to come to you People are going to be coming to you, Aries, for advice with something. I'm hearing relationships. People will be coming to you for some kind of advice. In the future, you're also going to be, being that tomorrow's Mother's Day, right? You're also going to be in this energy of really wanting to take care of yourself, allowing yourself to have a moment of tea, where you just kick your legs up
and enjoy being saved, right? And so this could absolutely be about Mother's Day, but more so it's about you allowing yourself to enjoy that moment when it comes for you. Okay, and not denying yourself. That's what that is. And this could be just in general. You don't have to be a mother. I know all Aries will not be mothers, but for many of you, it's allowing yourself to pick yourself and stop to actually enjoy this moment. Okay? Yeah. There's something about enjoying company. You may have just had company, um, family or close friends over, or maybe you went over to their house. You guys had some type of small, little intimate
celebration. For some of you, I do see that here. Also, for your support in moving forward, I see a lot of spiritual support coming in the form of guidance. This could be some type of spiritual counselor that you have at your disposal, that you go to and talk to, that you bounce ideas off of, or concerns. I see you connecting with someone in a spiritual office or a spiritual position. Now, the energy that you're currently in is the strength, which says that you um, may not even recognize it. You may already be in a very privileged.
I feel like for whoever I'm talking to, the energy that you're in right now is possibly one of recognizing the challenge of this moment, but also rising to that challenge. There's not a lot that fears Aries. Like Aries is like, well, I can do that. We gonna do this. Even if it's challenging, we gonna figure it out. So there's something about you being in that energy right now. There's some issue around moving forward, obviously with the Nine of Swords. There's something you've been given, some clarity around how to do that. But it also demands courage too. There may be something a little bit unorthodox here. There may be something where you need to actually step into your,
Especially if this is going to present some challenges or some oppositions or breaking some type of pattern that needs to be broken. I do have the Fool on the bottom of the deck. It feels like traveling in a new direction in some type of way. But you have so much support around this. All these court cards, the King of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Hierophant, the Knight of Swords. Well, the Hierophant is a major arcana. The Strength is major arcana, but it's mostly court cards, which means that you have pretty good energy, people that know better. And so you can expect a higher level of energy at operation here. And I don't see anything in reverse. When we come to the ending, the
becoming the Page of Swords, which is actually you doing it. It's gonna be difficult, right? And the Page of Swords, it says the message to go, right? And it's going. It's climbing. The bird is carrying the sword across the sky and lost a couple of feathers, but good golly gee, he made it, right? you lost some things, but who knows? You know, those things may be returned to them, maybe possibly because it's why. It's going to be difficult. This says that, yeah, it may even be a sacrifice necessary here. However, it can be done, and I feel like Aries is the perfect person to do it. So what is this that Aries has gotten clarity on to move forward? What is this?
And you come out Taurus energy. What is this? And the Fool. So there's something that you are wanting to do, Aries. I feel like, again, going back to what's on your mind, this Three of Pentacles, there's some special privilege or there's something that you want to be able to do that's going to put you in a position of privilege. Maybe not everybody will be able to do this, but there's something about you feeling like you've earned the right to do this. This is what you're trying to achieve or move towards. Because the Emperor and the Fool is all about the energy of sovereignty and it possibly being a new way, right? A new thing, doing something new or traveling in a
Person. If you have not been in that energy before, haven't had the opportunity to run your own show in some type of way, or even receive a more, responsibility too, right? The ability to make more high level choices as it pertains to you. You know, there's something about you stepping into a greater measure of power. The King of Wands did come out. Many times the King of Wands is associated with entrepreneurship. It could be something that you're doing and you are stepping into a greater manifestation of that business.
maybe even having a greater realm of, operation, expanding your territories. You found a way and you're working towards implementing that. That's going to give you the access there. That's what I'm feeling. So let's see what comes out in the oracle messages for Aries. Whatever this is, you're willing to walk through, whatever comes with the territory. You're willing to do it, okay? Because you're in the strength energy. And as we look, this bird has tamed the lion, right? There's not a fear here. So there's something about having
overcome, the danger of the situation. And so there's something about you being willing to walk through the valley of the shadow of death, to do this. Yeah. Whatever challenge that is. Let's see. Again, we have happy endings. So however that turns out, you're gonna be happy with it. You're gonna be good with it.
And I feel like it's going to be one that you have the ability to create for yourself. That's why it's going to be a happy ending because you get to decide what this is going to be. You get to actually implement this or choose this. What other ending messages do we have for Aries? A couple of cards came out, so I'm going to take both of them. I have worth and letting go. So first off, worth, there's a lion at the center. Um, talks about you understanding your value, right? Even right now where you are, that the value is intrinsically, you know,
comparable. And that's without you needing to do any type of improvement as you are right now, Aries. And there's something about you just being really valued and understand that you are loved. And because you are, like whatever the truth that you're desiring, you are, it's something that you deserve, that you can have. You're worthy of it. But there's something about understanding that and believing that, right? As you step into this energy, I believe that will also help you pull this in, right? Sometimes we can be in imposter syndrome that tells us that we're not good enough yet, or we need some other improvement. We need to do this, we need to do that. But there's something about spirit that's saying, no, you're worthy now, right where you are. You come to
place of being there. You've arrived, right? And so you're worthy right now. And then the other card was letting go. Letting go and releasing. I feel like this is talking about the outcome, releasing the outcome. I have no doubt that you've already instituted the work here, Aries, which is many times our um, multitasker. They're doing like 4 or 5 different things and will. Okay. But I have no doubt that you've put in the work here. And now it's time to release the outcome. Yeah. And understand that now it's time to allow,
things to take place. Allow God to use what God does so well, which is hold it all together and take it where it needs to go. So I almost feel like here is letting you know not to worry about this. Like you've done your part in this. Whether that's getting the guidance, the information you need, doing the work, learning the skills, preparing yourself, putting in the time and the effort, whatever that means, right? You have earned the right to step up into this position. Now, just know that and release the outcome to God, okay? All right, I don't know who that's for, but that's for somebody, okay? Back to you, Aries. Again, as I said,
take a moment to like, share, comment. If you have not, please consider subscribing. Okay. That is a very simple, easy way to support the channel by liking, sharing, commenting, or subscribing. And I do appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. And so that is your reading tonight, Aries. It's always a pleasure reading for you. Very accomplished sign of Aries. And so thank you for stopping by tonight. This is my last reading tonight. I have just exhausted all of what I had available to give for a reading. I'm going to have to, do the other half tomorrow when I feel like I'm ready to give again. Okay. So hopefully that'll be tomorrow. But if not, then whenever I'm ready and, we're refilled and
um, ready to give again. I'll be back, okay? Thank you so much for all the time. And actually sending out the mission tonight. I will put the timestamps down below This is a video that you are enjoying. I'm going to put a couple of links here that will allow you, number one, to subscribe, and then number two, it's going to be a suggested video. If you like this one, you may also like this one. So click the link and see what it is. Okay, until next time, I'll see you guys again shortly. The Red Moon Oracle here, okay? Thank you for allowing me to read for you and to share in all of the beautiful energy that we felt tonight, okay? Till next time, my friends. Bye.